Hi, Bishop!
Hi, Toni. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
You look awesome.
Parang kay Bishop, parang normal na lang itong mga crusade na ganito, di ba, Bishop?
Well, meron pa ring butterflies in my stomach.
Oo, no?
Just like today.
Ah, talaga?
Yeah, I can't believe.
Mas nakaka-nervous ba yun dito kaysa yung sa malaking crowd?
Precisely, mas nakaka-nervous dito.
Kaya nandito si Bishop dahil 2 days from now ay nasa LA tayo sa Convention Center para sa isa sa pinakamalaki na crusade.
It is.
Maganda yung mga crusade kasi nafe-feel mo yung energy ng mga tao.
Exactly.
Yung longing nila, yung hunger nila for that void na gusto nilang ma-feel sa buhay nila, di ba?
And it's both a very exhilarating experience and also quite emotionally taxing. Because we are living in a generation that is spiritually, emotionally exhausted. They are fatigued, regardless of their social, economic status. And all they care about is a message and an event where, at least for a moment, they can have some sense of direction and hope. But the crusade is not just something that is emotionally uplifting sa kanila. I believe that the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ is the first and final solution to all our problems. Our church has been preaching the gospel in different forms, in different places. But during the pandemic, as you all know, everything stopped, including the preaching. And I thought na it wasn't only COVID-19 that was pandemic, even hopelessness, depression, anxiety, and even paranoia, fear. Yun ang nagiging pandemic. And people are at a loss as to what should we do now? Where should we go for answers? And I've realized that the answer is right in our hands all along. And that is the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. Yes. We created the home free. And I said that even though people are confined and boxed in, they can experience freedom. They can move on and they can proceed with their life. You do not need to be defined ng iyong mga anxiety. You can be able to navigate and you can be better. You can be made whole. And so that is what Christ is offering. And that comes from having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Kaya kahit may bagyo sa buhay mo, you can be at peace.
21 years old kayo nung nagsimula kayong mag-head ng church o mag-start ng church?
Yes, I was 21 years old when I first opened up a church sa Zamboanga del Norte, in Dipolog. And ako'y nagagalak dahil sa hanggang ngayon, yung church andun pa rin.
Galing.
Yes. So, in the words of my parents, I got their priestly blood because I'm a second-generation preacher.
Yes, dahil ang daddy po ni Bishop ay apostle, pastor din.
Yes. An apostle means an ambassador of Jesus.
It's not just one person. We are all ambassadors.
Yes,
we can all be ambassadors for Christ.
That is why the church is apostolic, because everyone else in the church is an ambassador of Jesus.
Isa sa mga, kung hindi siya preparation, I guess the biggest test of your faith is your eldest.
Yes. She was diagnosed to be a Down syndrome baby.
Oh, you were 30 years old nun, no? Di ba, Bishop?
Yes.
First time magiging daddy, tapos yun ang unang news.
Imagine the shock. Up until this time, when I think about it, it sends shivers up in my spine. Although I was trying to prepare for that, but I just thank God.
Nag-question ka ba nun? Why? Bakit? I'm serving you?
Yes.
Bakit ganito ang naging result?
I would be lying to you, Toni, kung hindi ko sabihin na hindi ako nag-ask. And I never prayed so hard in my life. Sabi ng mga doctors, okay, you have about several days to wait for the test.
Longest
The
wait.
wait. It's just by the grace of God that I was able to navigate that. So, nung umuwi na ako sa California, tumawag kami sa doctor. And then the doctor said, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Ferriol. You are going to have a very normal baby.
And healthy baby.
Right now, we call her Miracle kasi ang original name niya ay Dawn. And then, one afternoon, okay, patulog na ako noon. I heard a voice, not in my ears, like my whole body got the message. And the voice says, call your baby Miracle. I love being a father. It's the most amazing experience.
How do you become a father to your 2 daughters and then a father to your congregation?
Basically, what I do to my daughters is something that I just translate it to the congregation. I love my daughters, I love my family, but I also love the people of God. I don't see the people as work. I see them as a blessing of the Lord. Kung gusto mo mag-enjoy ng life, you do not only pick and choose the good ones. You go through them. You cry with them. You carry their burdens. You identify with them. And that is how I carry my pastoring. Because that's how my father did his ministry. Walang oras na hindi siya pastor. Wala ring oras na hindi ako pastor. I'm always a pastor.
In and out of the house.
In and out of the house, 365 days a year, 24/7. And this is what I am doing right now. I'm using the biggest stage in the world in order to reach as many people as I can, in the fastest way I can, and in the most efficient way I can. That is the legacy, actually, Toni, of my father to me.
So what's your message sa kanila?
Whatever it is na inyong pinagdaraanan, always remember that God sees, that He cares. Never think or contemplate that you are forgotten. And God is always looking for the opportunity to really reach out to us. And all we need to do is make that step of faith and to just reach out to Him. And when you are with God, you will be just fine and all right.
So what can they expect sa Home Free Crusade natin sa March 16,
Okay.
Bishop?
Music that is so uplifting. Music that will speak to your soul and to your spirit. You will hear testimonies from people. And then, of course, I will be preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ for about 40 minutes or so, and then I will call for people to accept Jesus and to receive baptism. And right there and then, they can be baptized at the Los Angeles Convention Center.
Yes, this is an event that you wouldn't want to miss. So if you want to be blessed, if you want to be baptized, if you just want to have a good time and feel the love around of the people
Yes.
around you, you know, if you're looking for hope, if you're looking for inspiration, if you want to be uplifted, you're going to be at the LA Convention Center on March 16 with Bishop Jonathan.